Hello everybody, this is Ranger Rob from the RangerRob Country Living channel. Yes, it's a sparkling day today, and it was our Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I always have to go to the feed store, and because you get a senior discount, and you own critters, comes in handy. Now, as our numbers have decreased a little bit, it's a little harder to remember how much feed and stuff I buy. So the other thing is I don't have a canopy in my truck anymore, right here, and so I'm storing it right there, and I've actually got more feed than I need, and I only bought 4 bags today, so you can see I'm in good shape. So that was a little easier on the pocketbook, except I had to buy puppy chow, and but yeah, and we're buying a lot more. The Swanson chicken layer crumbles is what I use for our layers, but I've been giving it to our meat birds too, and yeah. So this is kind of a part 2 to kind of follow up on one of the big things we were talking about is lightening the load at the homestead, and trying to embrace some of our traveling again. Now, before, we did some hardcore stuff where we did the full timing and whole thing, and sometime first time we didn't even have a home, we were just traveling, and the second time was well, that was the same time we we're in the recession and things got tight, and it was hard. Things went sour on us a little bit. And then last time we RV'd, we were full-time for a while because we were just retired from my aerospace company I work for, and so we had kind of a 1-year window with extra income and stuff to be able to travel, and that's how we ended up in Arizona. So anyway, that's long story short. Anyway, so when I talk about this, also want to make sure that people understand that we're doing this different. We're older, so we're going to do it from a home base. This is our home base. What we got to change is the dependence of having so many animals and stuff. And if I do keep the animals around, then I got to set up systems to automatically feed them, or have a farm caregiver while we're gone. One thing that's been nice is, since we've done so much traveling in our past, and we were quite avid, where we had the podcast, RV Talk Radio, RV Travel Buddy. I own that trademark. So but it all kind of went into a holding mode, but I never got rid of it. But what was nice is there's not a lot of equipment I have to buy, because over the years, although some of my stuff's outdated, like a mobile septic dump, I got the best of the best. But back in the day when I was full-timing, I kind of needed the best of the best. So to get up and running, the only problem we've had was we haven't been able to store our RV under cover. But all that means is I don't have as shiny a rig before, but this is one heck of a nice rig. It's a Montana. But some basics I'm gonna have to take care of. But yeah, it's got some very little wear and tear, except my screen door, which I know how to redo screen doors, but actually that wasn't Cinder that did that. The marks in the thing, it was our cat. When we'd be outside and have this open screen up, she'd kind of be sitting there going, I want to come out with you guys, and we wouldn't let her come out. So but this RV is very wide. It was really comfortable for larger dog, having a large dog. The things that we're finding different, again, that's been hitting us is our cat is a traveler, and luckily our German Shepherd did a little bit of traveling. We know that she can do long periods of time in the for travel, but we have, hi there baby, our dilemma, well, it won't be a dilemma, but is little Belle, not Belle, Abby. Where is Abby? Abby! Abby! So Abby, we put her on a leash the other day, yesterday, and realized we've never put her on one, and she was not happy about that. So for the next couple of weeks, Sherry and I are going to have to make it a rule to get out and start at least being able to have her comfortably walk with us with a leash. She's we're not taking her to dog parks and things like that because she still only has her first set of shots. She gets her next set of shots as a puppy and all of her main stuff in a week from now, and the better we'll feel about bringing her out in the public. But we're being pretty protective over the dog. So when we had Cinder, she was real young, and it took a little training, so that's why it's really going to be important that we do a lot of short-term trips to, one, work out any bugs with the RV. An RV that's not being used can surprise you with little disasters, but usually be aware, and I've fixed so many different things on different types of RVs that it's nothing to panic about, but stuff's gonna happen. The one thing I wanted to kind of point out about this RV is this, after RVing as long as we did and traveled full-time, we had modifications to this that fill in the little gaps for, you never know what's going to happen. Am I going to have power? Am I going to have electricity? Am I going to have internet? So we have a couple of extras on this. This RV has a system called Wi-Fi Ranger on it, which means if there's an internet nearby, like a McDonald's, or you're at a RV park that only has our internet at a clubhouse or something, I have a special antenna that reaches out and finds those connections and brings them in through it's an extender system, and I can a lot of times still have internet even though it may only be at a clubhouse. Or if you're a casino, you could tap into their free internet, and you know, places like that really has some convenience. The other thing is we have a generator, 2 deep cell batteries. We have a 85-watt solar system in here that charges our batteries, and we have an inverter system we put in just for the entertainment system in the back, so we can watch television and DVDs and stuff on AC power using a converter. So that all those systems were proven and used quite a bit when we traveled, so we're really glad we have those. Yeah, so on this trip, trips that come up, it would be important I'd probably change the oil in the generator. Not a lot of hours on it. Check our slides, put silicone lubricants on my rubber seals, and also lubricate the tracks on these slides. These guys here, it's really important to put a lubricant, silicone lubricant on them. And yeah, our tires are really good tires, but they're about 4 years old now, even though I was fairly new. I made very low mileage on them. You never know what might happen with the plumbing. We always have been diligent about winterizing properly and stuff like that. It's kind of funny, I had a RV Travel Buddy sticker right here, and it's still there, but you can't read it. Here's some of our stickers on the top here though, but yeah, so we have to be careful and we have to be observant the first couple of times we get that. There's more slide seals and stuff like that that need lubricants and stuff, but yeah, she should be ready to roll once I license it again and change out the batteries. And I think I'm still going to have the bearings looked at. This should be fine, but you never know when something's sitting around a lot. So yeah, safety is going to be a big concern. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. And that brings me to the animals. Now on our channel, we've always talked about our gardening and animals and upkeep, and we've called this a homestead. And a homestead definition is trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. And you'll never do that completely. It's pretty hard to do. You might be able to grow a lot of your foods, but you can't grow sugar or your cooking oils and stuff. But anyway, so we'll still have that. I'm going to retire, but not get rid of them, some of my hydroponics. Just because last year was crazy. I had to do so many chores. So both of these systems I'm going to shut off. This will go dormant this year, but I can fire them up anytime. And but what things though in the summer when we are here, I've got the Dutch bucket systems inside the greenhouse, but I need to reduce my chickens. So we've got 14 laying hens. Don't need that many. I'd probably take it down to 5 or 6. So I'll probably give away some of my chickens. There's always people looking for good chickens, and those are good chickens. Now over here, you can see these are the meat birds. So what's nice about meat birds is once you raise them or get them, you're only talking about 12 weeks. 2 months, 3 months of these, and look how big they are. And so on July 3rd, we're gonna process these chickens, and they'll be in freezer camp. Now the other thing, come on dogs, get out of there. These dogs love to get wherever I slide these things. Dogs like to get into the stuff. The other thing is, we're not going to be able to see the pigs because it's siesta time. So they're all hiding under trees, in their shelters, under the shade, and they pretty much go dormant till evening when it's dinner time. So you say, well, you did all this work, Rob, and you guys, you can still use this stuff? And the answer is yeah. This year, unless Maggie gets pregnant, we probably will have one set of piglets, let the other girls go. And but we're also thinking about thinning the herd even more. I have 6 pigs. I have 2 full-size feeders, which I thought I was gonna hold on to, but I'd let them go. So if you're looking for some fresh pork, and I have 2 full-size feeders that you can negotiate with us. Give us I mean, I'm not giving them away, but I have those 2, plus I have 1, 2, 4 breeder pigs, and I don't need that many. So our older ones like Maggie and Zelda will probably get processed this year. We have a little Annie. We'll probably let her breed, oh, maybe this fall or something. But I'm going to take our herd down to, I may not even keep a breeder boar. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of proving concept with Sparky and Maggie, and I may sell them as breeders. I may sell Maggie as a pregnant sow. What I want to do is either get rid of my full-time pigs, and I don't want to butcher Sparky because he's a boar, and boar, there's a word they call it sometimes, can be tainted. So I'd rather sell him as a boar. And he's a beautiful Idaho pasture pig. So anyway, all of our breeders, we're going to find homes for them. So, but yeah. Now, am I getting out of pork? No. The difference is, when I know that we're going to be here, sorry about the wind if there is any, I'll bring in, I have breeders all around us. I'll reserve 3-4 feeder pigs that have already been born, and somebody else did it with their, and I can raise them out here to adult size and have them processed. It's just cheaper that way and less responsibility. So that's the deal with that. And I've got lots of room to rotate pigs, and I got grass. It's a good deal. And I have some wild, I call them my wild chickens out here. We're just gonna let them hang out. There's 6 of them out here, and they're thriving. So what are you chewing on? What are you eating? Yeah, there's so many things that she gets into, I don't even want to know. So the answer is, are you still going to be a kind of a homestead channel? Yeah. What's really cool though is I love to cook, and when I travel or do go places and we can cook, we love to cook great food. And the thing is, the great food that I'm talking about is our own. So not only will travel be special, but traveling, we're not talking about a whole lot of traveling, but I always have trouble with this gate when I get the camera in my hand. The thing is we'll be really enjoying our own food that we've raised and we've grown, and food tastes even better when you're traveling. And yeah, so anyway, I hope that kind of fills in a couple more questions you might have. But you'll still see our pigs, you'll still see the chickens. Meat birds we probably won't do again till next year, but we have 24 meat birds this year. They're going to go in the freezers. I might buy another freezer. I think I could hold them, but yeah. Anyway, that's the plan. Probably hang out a lot in the summertime here because it's beautiful, but during off season, why come out here in freezing temperatures trying to feed animals? And the cost is amazingly high to feed pigs and stuff. And so we've learned how to do this. We've learned how to breed, we've learned how to butcher, we've learned how to grow our food, how to make shelters. We've built a lot of infrastructure, and we're going to take that knowledge and be efficient. Like, once again, I want to make sure it sounds like all this is abruptly happening, and that's not the case. This is one step at a time with patience. It's the trends to get a new routine down is going to take time to get these puppies trained for travel, to be on leashes, Belle can do it. Abby's going to be a lot of challenge, but it's very enjoyable too. And I'm sure when we're done from a weekend or a week trip and stuff, they're going to be really happy to be back on their 5 acres. So yeah, that's the plan. Sticking to it. We're still running behind. Still got my Walla Wallas to plant. Sherry's going to do flowers in this Mr. Sackey's. We're planting corn in 2 weeks. And other than that, most of the stuff we got, we're happy with. We'll start getting real serious about the tomatoes in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'd love to hear your comments. Hope that, you know, let us know what you want to make sure we always keep on the channel. But I hope some of the new additional things we're going to do will be enjoyable to you and inspire you to be self-sufficient, make great food, and still enjoy things while we can. Who knows how long we can do all this, and so we make the best of it. So guys, once again, thank you for watching. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over. We'd really appreciate it. And me and Sherry appreciate having you around. And by the way, you'll see a lot more of Sherry. So yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye now.
This video is made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available in Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.